Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Get ready because today we've got an electrifying showdown that is going to completely transform how you look at your driveway. We are pitting two heavyweights of the modern electric era against each other, the super agile MG4 and the newly minted Skoda Elroq. Let's jump right in and find your ultimate automotive accomplice for the next 10 years.
I absolutely love this concept of a car being a positive accomplice, because that's exactly what it should be, right? So today, we're going to frame our whole analysis through the lens of a consultant's ledger. We're skipping right past the superficial specs, the flashy screens and the exterior paint colors, and we're looking at how these cars will actually perform as productive assets for your household over a full decade. It's really all about reducing your mechanical volatility and literally putting that lost fuel money right back into your pocket. So our two contenders literally represent entirely different philosophies. On one side, we've got the MG4. This is our sprightly budget hero. It's this electric hatchback that totally marries bold, modern looks with a really nimble, almost cheap thrills kind of driving vibe. It's got super sharp handling and just tons of personality. But then, on the flip side, we have the Skoda Elroq. Now, this is your sensible family hauler. It's a compact SUV that basically trades away some of that cheeky agility for this Scandinavian-level sensible, quiet, long-distance cruising. It's built to be roomy, totally functional, and completely low distraction.
Okay, let's talk numbers because the crucial starting point is obviously the entry price. And wow, there are some truly fascinating market nuances here. Take Italy, for example. The base MG4 has a massive budget-first advantage there, starting around 34,500 euros. Wait, actually, scratch that. Looking at the ledger, it's 30,790 euros for the MG4 in Italy, which is huge. Sometimes it even drops below 28,500 with local promotions. So it undercuts the Elroq's third 4,500 euro price tag by roughly 4,000 euros right out of the gate. Plus, it easily slides under state incentive thresholds. But jump over to the UK market and the whole thing flips. The Skoda Elroq surprisingly undercuts the MG4, starting at £32,000 compared to the MG4's 36,800. It's wild, right? It just goes to show how regional pricing strategies can literally flip the financial script on your buying decision.
Now, beyond that initial purchase price, how are these cars actually going to treat your daily budget? I want you to think in terms of electric liters. Just like you'd want a gas car that burns fewer liters of fuel, you want an EV that sips fewer kilowatt hours. And in what is honestly a pretty impressive engineering feat, the Skoda Elroq consumes 15.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, while the MG4 sits at 16.1. So what does that mean? It means the larger, significantly heavier Elroq SUV is actually a tiny bit more efficient than the lighter MG4 hatchback. And that is entirely thanks to its slick aerodynamics and motor efficiency.
So what's the so what here? What does that efficiency difference actually mean for you day to day? Well, to put it into perspective, if you're driving an average of, say, 20,000 kilometers a year, the Elroq's slight edge is going to save you about 200 kilowatt hours of electricity annually compared to the MG4. That's energy you literally aren't paying for. That's cash recaptured straight back into your family budget year after year just by choosing a more aerodynamically efficient machine. Moving right along to our next section, under the floorboards, decrypting battery chemistry. So we've covered the daily budget, but what about the long game? Knowing what is literally sitting right there under the floorboards is really the only true way to gauge the longevity of your investment. Let's decode the first type, LFP, or lithium iron phosphate. This is what you'll find in the base 51 kilowatt-hour version of the MG4. You can think of LFP as the absolute marathon runner of batteries. They are incredibly robust and highly resistant to wear. And why does this matter to you? Because you can confidently plug in and charge an LFP battery up to 100% every single day without causing any significant long-term degradation. If your main goal is to buy a car for daily urban commuting and just keep it running strong for well over a decade, this specific chemistry and the MG4 is an absolutely stellar choice. Now contrast that marathon runner with the NCM, or nickel cobalt manganese chemistry. This is what's primarily powering the Skoda Elroq, as well as the higher trim MG4s. NCM batteries are all about one thing: high energy density. They pack a massive amount of power into a much smaller physical footprint. This makes the Elroq the ultimate high-density road tripper. The Elroq 85, for example, boasts a range of up to 574 kilometers. So if your family regularly tackles those massive 500-kilometer holiday drives, NCM gives you that absolutely crucial maximum range you're looking for.
Okay, range is great and all, but where are you actually going to put all your stuff? The MG4 gives you a very respectable 363 liters of trunk space. That's perfectly fine for your city errands and regular grocery runs. But man, the Elroq completely towers over it with 470 liters. That extra 107 liters, ask any parent out there, that is entirely non-negotiable. When you are hauling strollers, sports gear, and a week's worth of vacation luggage, that extra space is quite literally the difference between a relaxing trip and playing a highly stressful game of Tetris in your driveway. But hey, the MG4 totally fights back where it counts for the driving enthusiasts among us. We have a real performance paradox going on here. While the Elroq is the sensible hauler, capping out at a very respectable 340 horsepower, the MG4, specifically if you look at its X-Power trim, is an absolute rocket. No joke, it offers a staggering 435 horsepower and can smash the 0 to 100 km/h sprint in a lightning-fast 3.8 seconds. And honestly, even in the base trims, the MG4 has this lighter, much more agile feel. It makes merging onto motorways totally effortless and is guaranteed to give you a genuine grin in the corners.
All right, a true consultant always looks beyond the shiny brochure to find the 10-year hidden costs. These are the total cost of ownership details that most buyers completely miss. First up, let's talk about the tire factor. The Elroq looks absolutely fantastic on those 19 to 21-inch rims, but replacing those massive tires over a decade, that is going to cause some serious sticker shock compared to the standard 17 or 18-inch tires on the MG4. However, look at the suspension engineering. The MG4 actually boasts a 5-arm multi-link rear suspension. That's a premium feature usually reserved for luxury cars, and it gives you a wonderfully planted feel on the road. The MG4 also includes battery preheating, which is absolutely crucial for fast charging in freezing winters. On the flip side of the coin, consider interior aging. The Elroq features these soft-touch recycled Technofloss materials. They won't just feel better today, but they're going to hold up against daily wear and tear way better than the more rigid plastics you'll find in the lower cabin of the MG4.
So let's bring this whole shebang together into our final consultant's ledger. We are really looking at two very distinct financial philosophies here. If you are operating on a strict budget-first mentality, the MG4 is your winner, hands down. It offers immediate cash flow preservation, lower maintenance costs on things like tires, and that incredible LFP battery longevity for daily use. But if you view your car through a pragmatic lifestyle lens, meaning you're willing to invest a bit more upfront for a decade of comfort, superior cargo space, and a highly durable premium interior, then the Skoda Elroq is without a doubt your ultimate long-term tool. So, I'll leave you with this final kind of provocative question. Which financial philosophy actually matches your driveway? Are you looking to preserve your budget today with the sprightly MG4, or are you ready to invest in the sprawling comfort of the Elroq for the decade ahead? Take a look at your driveway and really ask yourself what kind of accomplice you need. Anyway, I want to sincerely thank all of you focused learners for tuning in to today's Explainer. I really hope these insights helped clarify your path forward in the exciting and sometimes confusing world of EVs. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I will catch you on the next Explainer.